Welcome to Best the Nest, a program produced by the television production students of Armstrong High School that takes a look at things from their point of view. I'm Harper Volk of AHS-TV, and today we'll be taking a look at study halls with our own Allie Panchik. Take it away, Allie.
Hello, I'm Allie Panchik of AHS-TV, and in this segment of Best of the Nest, we would take a closer look at study halls and how it's viewed from a student's perspective. We are talking with Ceci, Righi, and Annie Yeterian to get a hawk's-eye view. Welcome to Best of the Nest. Could you introduce yourselves to our viewers?
Hi, my name is Annie Yeterian.
Hi, I'm Ceci, Righi.
Anna, as a student here at AHS, do you have any scheduled study halls?
I do not currently have any scheduled study halls.
Ceci?
I have 3 scheduled study halls.
Anna, do you think study halls are necessary or beneficial? If so, why or why not?
I do think study halls are necessary because a lot of students here do have a lack of sleep and they stay up late doing their homework, so I feel that if they had a study hall, they could utilize it well.
What about you, Ceci?
I agree with that, and I feel like it needs to be in every student that has a bunch of labs and stuff like that. I feel like they need to have a study hall just to give them even just a break, like you said, lack of sleep.
Yeah, so like students need more time to do
Yeah.
assignments, especially if they have those higher classes.
Yeah.
Anna, do you think study halls should be more supervised?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like people that are in the classes, they just tend to sit on their phones or talk to their friends, and they should be mandated to do their work.
Ceci?
I somewhat agree with that. Like sometimes I feel like you just need a break, but at the other times, people just kind of let them roam around and do anything, so.
Yeah, so they're not really
Yeah.
yeah. Anna, do you think that students should take college credit classes, should automatically have a study hall?
I feel like, yeah, for sure they should because they need time to take their college credit classes, and if they don't, then it's just adding on to the stuff they have to do at night, which it's not good.
Yeah, what about you?
I feel like, yeah, they should have a study hall, but if they don't use that time wisely, then that's on them. I feel like a study hall is just kind of there to get you ready and prepared for that. If they can't do that with a college class, I don't know.
Yeah. Ceci, what do you do during your scheduled study halls?
I come down to Swanson's room because I have my independent study, so 3rd period I go down there, and then 7th period I come down.
Do you do that for all 3 of your study halls?
Yes.
Anna, what about you? What do you do in your study halls?
So I currently don't have study halls, but if I did, I would probably utilize it to do my work.
Ceci, do you think there should be a seating arrangement during study halls, like any study hall?
I don't think so. I feel like I feel like there's different people in that class that could help you with your work sometimes.
Yeah.
And I feel like it sucks having to have a scheduled seating chart like that. I feel like it's a little bit unnecessary for a study hall.
Yeah, I agree with that. Anna, what about you?
I mean, I definitely agree with that, but I also think that sometimes if you decide you want to sit in the corner with your friends, then it could take away from your time doing your work and get you off task.
The productivity of it.
Yeah, I do agree with that too.
Anna, do you think there should be a limit to how many study halls a student could take during a semester or school year?
For sure. I feel like some people would take them over actual classes, and I don't know, I think that can be a problem.
Just to take one to
Yeah.
fill in a void in the schedule. What about you, Ceci?
I feel like it doesn't really matter how many. If you have a lot of work, I understand wanting to take 2 study halls. But at the same time, being a senior, you have all your required courses out of the way most of the time.
Yeah.
So there's not really anything else you can do besides take a half day.
So for underclassmen, do you think they should be limited?
I think, yeah, they should be limited because they don't have all those classes out of the way. So
Yeah.
I think that's
I
a little
agree with
much.
that. Okay. Thank you, Ceci and Anna, for joining us today and offering your insight. Our own Antonio Shavira and Marley Wetzel took the halls of AHS to get the students' and teachers' perspective. Let's take a closer look.
Hi, I'm Marley Wetzel from AHS-TV, and today we're going to take the halls of AHS to talk to students and faculty about their opinions on study halls.
I'm here with
Mr. Cloak.
And Mr. Cloak, as a teacher here at AHS, do you watch over any study halls?
No, I do not. I've never had any study halls in my schedule.
Do you think that study halls could be good or beneficial for students if they use their time correctly?
Well, I think the key word there is using your time correctly. If time is given to catch up on schoolwork or to work ahead or to make sure that homework is done and completed, whatever the case may be, if that's being done, then yes, study halls are beneficial. But it's my suspicion that that's not usually what students do during study halls.
So now we're going to hear from a student here at AHS.
Lily Taladay.
So, Lily, do you have any scheduled study halls?
Unfortunately, I don't.
If you did have a study hall in your schedule, do you think that you would benefit from it?
I think it would be highly beneficial.
If you had a study hall, what kind of things do you think you would work on in there?
Just anything, general homework.
And do you think that students not being allowed to use electronic devices like their phones and stuff could like help them like use study hall in a better way?
Well, being that you spend about 7.5 hours a day at school and the other 13.5 or so hours of the day, whatever that ends up being, I mean, you're always on your phone. So I think to go 38 minutes without it and actually focus on educational material would probably not hurt you.
That's a fair point. Thank you, Mr. Cloak.
Have a great day.
So today I'm here with,
Mr. Chauncey.
as a person who has completed all levels of schooling, have you ever had a study hall?
In high school, probably. I can't remember. It's been a couple years ago, but I probably had one or two. And I've, study halls can be important. They can be very useful, but they can also, harm somebody's education if they're not taking advantage of it. If they use it just to stay on Twitter or anything like that, you talk about all students. I've watched them on study halls, like this Anna girl, she just twiddled her thumb on TikTok and didn't take advantage of it. That's why she struggles in all her classes. But I personally, when I took it in high school, I did all right through my classes. And when I did have a study hall, I definitely tried to take advantage of it, either by doing my work or catching up on sleep, but I took advantage of it.
So overall, do you think students benefit or are harmed by the study halls?
Each student it's individual if it works or not works for them. As a teacher, you try to get them on task, try to keep them quiet. Some people do like to work or read or even just use that time to get ready for the next class and mentally and physically. So it's 50-50.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So there you have it, folks. Straight from the Hawk Speak. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Marley. For those of you just joining us, I'm Allie Panchik of AHS-TV, and I am still here with Annie Yeterian and Ceci Righi to talk about study halls. Now, Anna, now that we just saw the video, how do you feel about Mr. Chauncey throwing shade at you about your study hall?
I think it's outrageous. I don't think that he should be throwing shade at me considering that I've never had him for a study hall and he doesn't know how I utilize my study halls. So I think that would be, I don't know, Mr. Chauncey, I think we should ask you what you're doing during your free time.
Ooh. Okay, now to the questions. Ceci, how long should an average study hall be?
I think just standard class time, because I feel like if you have a lot of extra time, that just is unnecessary time. And like, what if you don't have work? So you're just going to be sitting there like doing nothing.
Yeah, so like when students like don't have work, they just sit there and they're like bored out of their mind.
Yeah.
Like I've been in that situation
No,
before.
me too.
For like, Anna, how long do you think an average study hall should be?
I mean, I agree with Ceci. I feel like it should be an average class time because I feel like if it was less, then some kids might not get the work done and be like, oh, like I don't have that much time. But then if it was longer, some kids might be like, oh, like I have more time to goof off and sit on my phone, which I don't think they should have that extra time.
I agree with that, yeah.
But like, what if you have like a friend in there and you like want to like chat with them? They're like your partner and you want to get your work done. Do you think that affects it at all?
Oh, for sure. Having a friend in there for sure affects it because I know, like with my friends, I just like can sit, catch up, talk, but like if I have work to do and I have a friend, I'm for sure going to pick talking to them over doing my work, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd never be able to get my work done if I had a friend there.
For sure.
Especially if it was extended more, oh, that would be bad.
Yeah. Ceci, since you have a scheduled study hall, how often do you get your work done? Like even in Swanson's class, like how long is it?
I honestly don't have a lot of work just because of the study halls that I have, and I have all my required courses out of the way. But I do probably about twice a week I have work to do in my study hall, and I will do that down in Swanson's office. So I think it is still a good time to do that.
Yeah. And how often do you get your work done if you had a study hall? Since you don't have one, like how often do you think?
I would say probably 50% of the time. Because again, it depends on if you have a friend in there, if your phone's blowing up and all your friends want to chat. But
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely should be getting my work done, but I mean, sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Yeah. Anna, since you don't have a study hall, like once again, would you rather have a study hall in place of a class, and if so, what class would it be?
Oh, for sure. I mean, if I didn't have to have a required course, I would definitely not want to take math or econ, but that's just how the boat floated, I guess.
Each
But
one's like required
Yeah.
for graduation.
yeah,
so,
unfortunately, but I would definitely put a study hall in place because it's at the end of the day, and it's after you get all your work built up, then you can have your time just like relax and get your work done so you're not scrambling after school, especially with athletes.
Yeah,
It's a big thing.
Athletes have a much more, I agree with that. Ceci, would you rather have another study hall in place of a class or a class in place of a study hall that you have now?
I'd rather have a class in place just because I feel like 3 study halls is a little bit much. So
Yeah.
I'd take like something basic. I did try to take just random classes, but
Yeah.
I got study halls instead.
Okay. Ceci, what is your favorite thing about your study hall? Is it like how you come down to Swanson's, just explain?
I just like getting that free time just to myself because school's a little bit mentally draining sometimes. So I
Yep,
feel
I
like,
agree with that.
yeah, I just come down here, I just hang out, and it gives me like the boost I need to go back and do the rest of my
Yeah.
work, I feel like.
Like from an athlete standpoint, I would like a study hall. Like I don't have any scheduled study halls right now, so I'd like a study hall because as an athlete you have that after school it's you're all
Yeah.
So that's my point of view. Anna, what is your favorite thing about your study hall?
So I would probably say the fact that I do have time to get my work done, which it doesn't always happen, but I like the time to be offered that because though I'm not currently in a sport right now, I was in volleyball and it was a lot because we'd have something right after school and then right after that you could eat or do homework, which I think that's a big thing to give up, either eating or doing your homework, which I'm not good at multitasking. But
Not a lot of us are.
and then we'd had practice after that, and then by the time you get home, it's like you had school, you had this, you had that, and you just want to sit.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I had a study hall, then I would have time to get my work done and not have to worry about it at night, going to bed at 1 a.m., and then being drained the next day.
Yeah, I agree with that. Ceci, throughout your years since you are a senior this year, have your study habits changed throughout any years of schooling?
Honestly, no. I think when I was in the earlier grades, sophomore and freshman year, I did not study at all just
Yeah.
because that's just how I was. I would just wing it. But
Yeah.
I feel like now that I'm taking more advanced classes, I feel like I have to study. So that's
Yeah.
pretty much the only thing that changed.
Okay, Anna, have your study habits changed now that we're juniors this year? Has any things changed?
For sure. I would say I used to be more productive with my time and thought okay, I really do need to study for this test. But now I'm I'm just gonna wing it. Let's just see what happens.
So you guys are complete opposites.
Just pray. But I mean, sometimes I really do need to study, especially for my history test. That's a little bit much. I have a math test today, so I got to really hone in on that.
You got a Chauncey.
Chauncey tests, they're the death of me.
Yeah, I started taking all my classes a little bit more seriously now that college is around the corner. So I'm I need to get my grades up.
I can definitely vouch for that because I want to go to college someday. So I'm hoping that my grades look good enough to be accepted where I want to go. But you never know.
At this point.
Yeah, winging it.
Anna, how often do you use your study halls for sleeping? As you say, you're drained from volleyball season. You had sports and you say that you were drained. Do you ever use your study hall for sleeping?
I mean, it depends if I have an energy drink or coffee that day.
I feel that. That's all I drink, and that's so bad for me. But that's all I do.
Literally, you're gonna walk down the hallways, or you're sitting with someone in homeroom, and it's wow, a lot of people drink these. And then sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. When I do, I start shaking. But I mean, it's a way to get through the day. But on the topic of sleeping, I mean, it depends how much work I have. Because sometimes I'll be oh, I got it, I can do it later. But sometimes I'm okay, I really need to hone in on what I'm doing.
Yeah. Do you ever use your study halls for sleeping habits or anything?
Yes, I sleep a lot in my study halls actually. I'm always tired no matter what I do, so I just got to get that extra 30 minutes of sleep.
Oh, yeah. I 100% agree. Me, I either have energy drink, or like I always get coffee from the coffee shop every single morning, or else I'm like sleeping in class, like not even in study halls, like in class, and it's so bad.
That's valid.
Yeah. Ceci, do you find your study halls to be like a productive time for you?
I feel like they can be a productive time depending on like Anna said, how much work I have or like stuff like that. But other than that, I feel like it's not really a productive time because it's like just any other class period, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that. Anna, what do you find your study halls productive, even though you don't have any? Like, back to that,
probably 2 out of 3 days, or nah, 2 out of 5 days. 2 out of 5 days, I'd say I'm productive in homeroom, but the other 3, no, they're definitely not productive. I mean, I really do try because I don't want to have work at night, and then when it is night, and I'm like, oh crap, like I really wish I would have utilized that time that I was given, but in the moment, you really don't want to do your work.
Yeah.
Which I think is relatable for a lot of people.
Yeah. Anna, do you think the teacher you have for like a study hall affects your work ethic? So like say you had Chauncey, how would that affect your work ethic?
100%. It would definitely affect because sometimes I feel like if there's a mean sub or just a teacher that I fear, I feel like I would definitely get my work done. But if I had a laid-back teacher that wasn't really looking, they were sitting on their phones themselves, I would definitely not get the work done. Because I'm like, oh, well, they're sitting on their phone, they're not getting their work done, so I'm not going to do it myself.
Yeah, so it's like the role model and like how you view them and what they...
I feel, and then also if a teacher's like constantly like walking around or checking in on you is like, oh, like I need to get my work done because I don't want them calling me out in front of the class.
Yeah, because it's really embarrassing.
That is so embarrassing.
Ceci, do you think the teacher that you have for a study hall affects your work ethic?
Definitely, yeah, because like Anna said, chill back teacher, they're on their phone.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on your phone too because it's like, oh, this is okay. But I have had teachers, like my study hall teachers, that take your phones away.
I have too.
And I have gotten so much work done. So I do like that, but at the same time, I do want my phone.
Yeah, it's just always like, I like having my phone, not just because like, you know.
Yeah, like I wish I was the type of person that could just like set their phone down and do work, but no, when I have my phone, I'm like, I need this.
The other day, Miss Douglas told me about how she would, when she was teaching English, not astronomy, she was taking the kids' phones, and then on Friday during the study hall, they could have their phone. And she said all the kids would come to her at the end of the year and be like, wow, Miss Douglas, like, thank you. I actually got a lot of work done. So I think that's beneficial if they take the phones, but in the moment, I feel like I'd be like, you're not taking my phone.
Yeah, no.
No.
See, like, sometimes I just have days where, like, I put my phone down and I do get my work done, but I always listen to, like, music. Because, like, music helps me. I don't know if it helps anyone else, but, like, it helps me.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what I do. Like, that's how I work, I guess. Anna, do you think having friends in your study hall, like we talked about earlier, would affect how much work you get done?
100%. No doubt about it, because my friends and I, we're chatters. We love to chat.
Oh, yes, we are.
We love to chat, yes. And then we just get sidetracked. Like, it'll be, what do they say? It's when you're having fun, time goes fast.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of fun with my friends, and I don't get my work done because we're talking, get sidetracked, and it's more and more and more, and then the bell rings. I'm like, oh, dang, I just wasted my whole class.
Just like yapping, just like talking.
Yes, the whole class.
Ceci, how do you think that affects how much work you get done, like having friends?
Oh, I just yap and yap and yap, so I would never be able to get all my stuff done. That would just not, I'd probably just have to like sit away from them so I could get my work done because when I see my friends, I have to talk to them.
Oh my gosh,
I know.
It's like, oh my gosh, there's new like stuff I have to tell you.
Like there's so much stuff I have to tell you. Like I was so excited that I saw you. Like
I'm like, I have to tell you all of this right now. This can't wait.
Like,
it has to be like right now.
Like, it's just like, if you have a friend in there, like I completely understand. Like it's just like you have to like talk or like.
But it's so embarrassing when you're talking to the friend and the teacher comes up and they're like, so you guys doing your work? Like, yeah,
like,
we have. So we're actually on this one, and
we got it done.
We were actually going to ask you a question about it. Yeah. No, we weren't. We were going to talk more.
No, we just wanted to like yap. So like we're all three like yappers, as you can guys.
100%.
So like
D1 yappers, as they would say.
D1 yappers. All right. Thank you, Anna and Ceci, for joining us today to get a hawk's eye view on study halls. Until next time, I'm Allie Panchik of AHS-TV, and keep on soaring.
Thanks, Allie. We're going to take a short commercial break, and then we'll be right back with some more of AHS-TV's Best of the Nest.
This is your time. to engage, create, follow your passion, show your spirit, go all out, or just kick back. Here in the Oak Grove at the heart of IUP, endless opportunities await. Where do you fit in? Wherever you want. This is your time. This is your place. Get in the Grove at IUP.
And we're back with more of AHS-TV's Best in the Nest. I'm Harper Volk of AHS-TV. Next, our own Sam Dosh got the chance to sit down with AHS gym teacher, Mrs. Lorigan, to talk a bit about Unified Gym here at AHS. Let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Sam Dosh of AHS-TV, and today I'm joined by Mrs. Lorigan, a physical education teacher here at AHS, to learn more about our Unified PE program. Hello, Miss Lorigan. How are you doing today?
Hi, great, thanks.
How long have you been teaching?
This is going to be my 23rd year. I started at Lenape Elementary School. I taught 2 years there. I taught mostly health, and then I went to West Hills Primary, where I spent about 16 years and taught phys ed and health, and then I ended up here at Armstrong right before COVID happened in 2020, and I've been here ever since.
What do you miss about teaching at elementary schools?
I miss, at an elementary school, you're kind of like the superhero. The kids love coming to gym class. Here, they don't always love gym class, but I found that I was nervous about coming up because I wasn't sure they would enjoy it at all. But the kids really do enjoy coming. I think, excuse me, I think it gives them time to kind of clear their heads and do something a little more mindless here in the gym, where they're just getting some exercise, relaxing, and enjoying themselves.
What classes do or did you teach?
Here, when I first came here, I did teach Health 8, and then I taught regular girls' physical education class. Now I do no longer teach Health 8, but I teach Life Skills Health, and I also teach Unified Physical Education and regular physical education as well.
Yeah, what is Unified PE?
Unified Physical Education is where regular ed students come together with the life skills students in the same setting. It's a great class that benefits both sides. We started this probably about 3 years ago, and the program has really grown. Now we have a 1-to-1 ratio with the students, and it's going really well.
What do you think is the main difference between Unified PE and just normal physical education? Do you still do like PACER tests or anything?
Yeah, you know what? We follow the exact same curriculum. So I guess the things that we would do to change up how the curriculum works or what activities we're doing may be a different type of throwing object. Perhaps we're using a different type of target. And also sometimes we'll use like different distances from the different areas. But all in all, they are pretty much the same type of class. We use, like I said, the same type of curriculum. So the regular ed physical education classes that are taking Unified PE, it serves as their PE credit. So they are able to use this, and we're able to do that because we do follow the same type of curriculum.
Who do you think benefits the most from Unified PE?
Yeah, when it first started, I really thought it was going to benefit the life skills students the most. I thought that they would really enjoy interacting with the regular ed students in this type of setting, but I find that I really think it benefits both about the same. The regular ed students, they come, they smile, they laugh, and some of these students are kids that probably don't really or wouldn't really enjoy a regular phys ed class. They enjoy working with the life skills students, and they enjoy the different levels and just smiling because it's just a really fun class. So I think that everybody really benefits from this.
Do you have any certain accommodations you make for Unified PE?
Yeah, like I was saying, we do follow the same type of curriculum. So a lot of times we'll use different types of object. So let's say right now we're starting volleyball. So today was day 1 in volleyball. My regular phys ed class, we started right out with the regular volleyballs. In life skills, we start with a balloon. And once we are able to master the balloon, we go to a beach ball. And then tomorrow, if they were able to master the beach ball, they're going to start some skills with the regular volleyball. So Sorry, there we go. So that's just one of the types of accommodations with the activities that we're doing currently.
Do you recommend all students to at least try Unified PE?
I do. If you have patience and you enjoy those students, it is really beneficial. It is really fun for everybody in the class. I think that a lot of people find more success on both sides, whether you're one of the Unified buddies or whether you're one of the life skills students. I think everybody enjoys each other and finds a lot of success. Yeah, I can't say enough about it. And we've actually grown the program in the school, so physical education isn't the only Unified program, but there's also Unified Art now, as well as Unified, FAMCon. So we also have some other Unified programs, and I think that they are just really a nice choice for some of our students to enjoy these students, to get those students able to do more activities. Before we had Unified PE, it was me in the gym, and the kids weren't as active because I was pretty much one-on-one. I would have to pass the ball back and forth to each of them. Now they're active the whole time, so we're able to do more in the Unified setting.
All right, thank you, Miss Lorian. That's all the time we have, folks. Keep on soaring.
Well, that's our show for this week. Best in the Nest is a production of the students enrolled in TV production courses at Armstrong High School. Join us again next time for a look at some of the unique things happening in and around Armstrong High School from the students' point of view. Until then, from our nest to yours, have a great week.